Voxxed Days Bristol with Simon, who gave the keynote this morning about agile as a process for Java.
Yes, as a process for the standardization of Java and therefore the development of Java. Yeah.
So the keynote was about a faster iteration process, so we get more access to features quicker rather than big releases. Is that in any way motivated by the Java 9 general availability release date?
Not really, no. I mean, this has been an ongoing process. If you look at the way things are changing, this really started in JDK 8, because that was the introduction of what are called the JDK enhancement proposals and the process around that. So the idea of that is to allow people to define smaller, complete pieces of work, which is a set of functionality, and then that can either be included as it is at the moment in a major release, or theoretically in the future, if the JCP and Oracle and Java engineering organization wanted to switch to a more agile way of developing the Java platform, then they could actually say, okay, let's take JEPs, and when the JEP is completed, we'll make that available as like a point release between major releases.
What do you think is preventing that from happening at the moment?
I guess there's a few things. Certainly one is the relationship between JEPs, which are for the OpenJDK project, and the JCP, because clearly for the standardization of the Java platform, if we talk about Java SE, that is standardized through the JCP. So there is a JSR for each major release of Java SE. There's 379, which is Java SE 9, can't remember the number, but 337 maybe for JDK 8. And that defines all of the parts which make up the core platform. And that's the core libraries, the language specification, and the virtual machine specification. And that is a subset, if you like, of the JDK, because the JDK is a number of other things around that. You've obviously got the compiler, you've got other tools, but also when we deal with the JDK, what we're dealing with is an implementation of the standard. If you look at something like the JVM standard, it says there must be a garbage collector. So yes, we know there's a garbage collector in there, but it doesn't say how that garbage collector must work. If you look at OpenJDK, you've got several different garbage collectors included in the virtual machine. So there's the concurrent mark sweep, there's the parallel collector, and the more recent G1 collector. One of the JEPs is in JDK 9 is to make G1 the default collector. So that's something which is part of the JDK, but not part of the Java specification. So when it comes to moving from using using JEPs as a way of defining everything, there needs to be a relationship with the JSRs and the JCP worked out so that everything fits together. Because also there's the issue around testing. JEPs is great, they define pieces of work, but then we need to be able to verify that somebody who implements one of those, if it's not through the OpenJDK, is conforming to whatever that specification is. So like I say, there needs to be a closer relationship between JEPs and the JCP, and having formal standardization and test suites available to do that.
Do you think we're moving towards that?
I think we are. I think it's probably going to take a while, because being on the JCP Executive Committee, I know this is something that has been discussed a number of times at different meetings. And certainly if you talk to some of the Oracle engineering people, they are keen to move to a more, not necessarily agile, but faster release cycle, which may not fit in directly with the way that the JCP works at the moment. But I think that there needs to be this synergy worked out so that everything does fit together. People then still have the confidence that when they're using Java and it's something that's coming from somebody other than OpenJDK, that it does conform to whatever standard is defined.
And so now going back to the Java standards and the Java standards implementations, you also give a talk about the 55 new features of Java 9. Apart from the module system, what are you looking forward to?
Right. So there is one particular feature in JDK 9 which I am so happy about. It is not a particularly big feature. Doesn't affect the language, doesn't affect the libraries directly, doesn't affect the virtual machine. But it is a feature that I find so useful. Finally, after 22 years, we have searchable Java docs.
Oh, yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, that's that's funny actually, because I was looking at that jet myself a while back, and you think that's so obvious.
Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah, search has been around for a while, nothing terribly new about it. So you think to yourself, why has it taken 22 years to figure out that we could put a search box on the Java docs? But there you go.
I guess everyone thought it'd be more fun to develop the other features. So.
Yes. Yeah. But like I say, I find it so useful because there's 4,000 plus classes in the standard JDK classes, and trying to find something, even if it's just like that you want to look at string, and there's a particular method you want to look up the signature or whatever, and you've got to scroll all the way down to the S's to find the string, or you've got to think, oh, okay, I need to click on the java.lang package at the top, but it's still not an easy thing to do. Whereas if you just type in string and then it goes, oh, there it is.
Rather than having to know where everything is.
Yes.
I've definitely been stung by that before.